Good morning, my happy hour back. Here's the plan. They did say on Saturday they were going to fill the pool. I did ask what could possibly go wrong with that, and so far today, it is still early, but so far today, no pool crew. We'll see if they come, and we'll see if they do put water in. We are back to a basically full crew. The guys that were up at our beach place all came back on Sunday night. We've had a little bit of an issue up there, so we've had to put that on hold. Hopefully that's going to get resolved today. My beautiful Asara is heading up there to try and fix the problem. Inside the house, they'll be back on ceilings, and I'm guessing today we might see a bit more skim coat as well. We do have, I believe, 2 electricians on site, still working on electrical, and I think we've still got our plumber on site, so there'll be more on plumbing. Other than that, I'm not sure what else will be happening with this revised larger crew. We'll see. What could possibly go wrong?
Good morning!
It's Monday morning, and most of you now will know what that's all about. Monday morning exercise. And you will notice we have a more complete crew. The guys that were up at the beach are all back. We've had a bit of a blip, which hopefully we get resolved today, but they're back to work here. So the prayers are done. Not sure if there's a briefing this morning. It looks like we might be going straight into exercise. We are. And again, Elson and Bapajes. Everybody calls him Bapajes, the electrician, are leading the exercise today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 4, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7.
Let's see what kind of energy we have today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
I'm trying to join in. Sorry about the camera shake.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Okay, enough of that.
7, 6, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go by. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jogging. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Jumping jack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Singing Marvin can't jump.
5,
Marvin!
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
No jump,
That was good today. The pool. Now that they have finished this concrete apron around the outside, and thank you to Stephen Bradley for telling me the correct name, they should, in theory, be filling up the pool. But it's about 7:30 now, and they're not here, so I don't know. Fingers crossed they come in later on today. I did get a message yesterday from the solar power people, and they think the batteries may be arriving later this week. If they do, we'll come back and review those and see how they get on with finishing the setup here. Inside the gym at the moment, we've got Erwin and Rico back to work on this ceiling. The builders arrived bearing goodies. So these are samples of the granite as it is known here locally, for the kitchen countertops. I think if we're going to have in the main kitchen, we're going to have basically a dark grey facade for all the cupboards. I think a lighter colour might work better, so these lighter ones probably more to my taste for the main kitchen, but we do have to wait for my beautiful Asawa to come back and tell me what I like, because obviously I don't know. That will be not until this evening. But these are the samples. If you've got any thoughts on any of these, let me know. Oliver was working up there on Saturday where you can see the wooden planks, well not planks, pieces of wood. And then above it now we have the beginnings of what is kind of a ledge. And it is purely, I'm told, decorative and will stretch around most of the outside of the house, I think. It's a few minutes after that last clip. Glenn from the pool crew is here. Looks like he's going to be doing a little bit more work on the waterfall. Still don't know if we're actually going to get water in the pool today. Oliver is back on metalworking duty, cutting these aluminium channels to size. Once Oliver's cut them, they come in here, and Richard's just making a small adjustment, and then they go where you might be able to make out the grooves in the woodwork there. They're just, again, supporting channels for the narrower areas of the ceiling. Yesterday, we did finally get some rain. Wasn't a huge amount, but at least it has damped down the ground here. So it's a little bit less of a dust bowl than it was. So if they do put water in the pool, that helps a little bit to stop this very, very sandy surface that it had become from blowing in. Now, of course, that's temporary. It may well not rain again for days, I don't know. But at least, to begin with, it'll protect the water in the pool just a little bit. It's a little bit after lunch. I wanted water in the pool, I'm getting it. This wasn't quite what I had in mind though. Rain stops play on anything to do with the pool, although the guys inside obviously now can continue in most areas. It's about 2:45. This is not quite how I envisaged the pool being filled, but they have switched on the pump and we are pumping water in. I guess it makes sense. Make use of the rainwater as well. Less water needs to come up from the well. And we've got Owen and Oliver, I think, basically digging away earth to try to make sure that this large amount of rain does drain away from the edge of the pool rather than to it. These guys work in all conditions. You have to take your hat off to them. Well, I do anyway. But we are getting the pool filled with water. I said on Saturday I wasn't going to wait 7 days before I jumped in. I guess I better stick to my guns. Rain or no rain. If they fill it, I'm going in. Well, the rain has finally stopped. Water's still going in. It's about 4 o'clock now. The rain stopped about 15-20 minutes ago. Water's going in, but take a look. It is not a pretty colour. And the reason for that is because the electrical hasn't been working. They've now just a moment ago got the electrical working so that the pump and filters can run, but now there's another problem. It looks like we've got a leak. This large white ring here, gasket, O-ring, don't know what you call it. Looks like that's leaking and they haven't got anything they can use to tighten it up, or they're suggesting, I'm not sure whether they need to get a new one. But right now, nothing is running still. Given that it is 4 o'clock, I can't really see them getting this filled certainly marked by the close of their workday, it's going to be serious overtime if they're going to leave this running, and also try and then get everything functional inside the pump room. So now I have to question myself, do I go in anyway into this water or not? Not ideal. We'll have to wait and see. Maybe just a paddle in the shallow end. Does that count? Now you can see the shorter channels that were being cut earlier on today are in place just here. So they now extend around, well, most of, certainly the gym area, not yet the spa. They've been busy in the rain. Well, at least they're undercover in here. This is new today. Gypsum board going into the ceiling above the stairs, and at the, just starting to head down a little bit down the front hallway. But remember, if we walk along here a little bit, this is all double height anyway. So I think this is as far as the gypsum board goes, just here. Inside the dirty kitchen, we've got platforms gone up everywhere. So that would suggest they're starting to prepare for ceilings in here. In fact, they have started ceilings in here. They've got that one guide rail up near the top. That's always the first step in their process. This is the aftermath of, I suppose, what was really, for the Philippines, not a particularly heavy storm. It only ran for, what, an hour and a half? And we're left with flooding just here. We are going to now have to think about drainage for this area, because over here is where we plan to start growing some vegetables in the not too distant future. Although they will be in elevated raised beds, and I'll talk about that nearer the time. So it may be that we could live with relatively poor drainage here, but I think this is not great. And again, by Philippine standards, it wasn't a massive one. So yeah, drainage here to be confirmed. The bell has just gone. It's 4:30. But for one or two people, the day is not done. Glenn, the pool guy, has headed off to find a new gasket or ring, I'm not sure which particular element, to try to stop the leak on the pump, and try then and get everything working, because right now it isn't. So we're not full, not even close. I think this is going to be, well, my guess would be another couple of hours. I don't know whether there is going to be any more testing now of the lights. I suspect that will not happen today. But that's the day. And apologies for me focusing so much of the time on this area, but it was, at the beginning of the day, the one thing that we kind of hoped went smoothly, and something did go wrong. So I think for today there isn't going to be any swimming, at least probably not from me. This is also probably the last video I'm going to do, because we're taking a short break. We're going to be away for a couple of days to celebrate the family member's birthday. We should be back on the 19th, I believe. So it may be that there is no video tomorrow, or if there is one, it might be a very short one. We'll have to wait and see. If there isn't, I guess when I get back, that's when the swimming starts. Hopefully. What else could possibly go wrong here?